Yeah, hi friends. Today we will see what are all the things which we have discussed in our previous class. That's commands which we have discussed in our previous class. That's the user add command which we have seen. That's user add and how to add a password for a particular user and as which user we are logged in. Who am I command and then date command to see the date and then how to change the date with the help of date-s command and how to sync hardware clock to system clock and how to sync system clock to hardware clock. That those things we have seen. And then set the time zone. Here with the help of time date ctl command we have seen how to set the time zone of our system. And then to find the file type with the help of file command. Then how to view the contents of a file with cat command and how to add the contents to the with the help of cat command and how to append the contents with the help of cat command. These three things we have seen as part of cat command. And then with the help of cat command how to see or view multiple files, cat space file 1 and file 2. So like this we can see multiple files. And then how to create multiple empty files. So with the help of touch command we can create multiple empty files or even a single file we can create. And also we have seen va editor. What is va editor and the intro we have seen on the day. And then what is more and what is less. And then head command, tail command. Head command is to see the top 10 lines of a file, and with the help of -3 and -n3 we can see first 3 lines. In the same way you can see first 5 lines, first 10 lines, first 20 lines by changing these numbers. Then tail command is to see the last 10 lines of a file. Here with the help of -n3 we can view the last 3 lines of a file. In the same way with the you can view the last 5 lines, 10 lines, 20 lines, 30 lines with the help of -n and then the number of lines you want to view. Okay, then wc command to view the how many number of lines in a file, to see the how many number of words in a file, to see the how many number of characters in a file. This is actually characters. Okay, to show the number of lines, to show the number of lines in a file. In the same way to show the number of words in a file. And then here to see the number of characters in a file. Then tab command, uses of tab command, pressing one times tab command and twice the tab command. Until this we have seen in our previous class. Today in our class we are going to see the remaining things, remaining basic commands. So this is when you want to print a continuous commands, long lengthy command, it's difficult for you to print all the commands in a single line. So we have split the lengthy command into multiple lines. So I will show you how to do that. Here this is, I have taken putty of our server and I logged in as root. Who am I? So it's showing us root here. So I want to see here head -n3, then backslash, here the file name /etc/password, then again I'm entering backslash, again I'm giving /etc/shadow, then giving enter. Here you see it gives first 3 lines of etc password and first 3 lines of /etc shadow. So This is the entire command. Instead of typing it as a lengthy command, we split it into multiple lines. So like this we can use, and we need to use this backslash for moving to the next line. Okay, the next command we are going to see is history. History command is much more useful in production. While you want to know what are all the commands you have executed earlier and what others have executed in that server. Since so many administrators will be there, we would like to know what are all the commands executed yearly and what are all the activities carried over in that server in the past. So here I am taking history. You see here 1087 commands are here. I want to see page by page. It's possible. History space more. You give a space bar, it comes to the next screen. You want to see only the last 10 lines of the history command. I told you tail is the command to view the last 10 lines of a file. We can use that same command here. See 100 to 109. In the same way tail hyphen 3 tail hyphen 4 you can use to view the last 3 lines, 5 lines, 10 lines or 20 lines. Okay, so now you are going to see that uh, here you see I have given exclamatory symbol and then up alone. Here it's uptime, just I have given only up here. It's taking from the history and typing the command uptime on its own and gives the output. Now I want to run date command. Okay, so instead of running date command fully, I will give exclamatory symbol and 104, that serial number of that command. So here you see date, it's showing here the date for us. Like this we can simply utilize the shortcuts. Then control R you can give an head. The last head command what you have mentioned here is head -n3 /etc /password /etc /shadow. This is the one you have used. So when you press control R and type head, this will show for you. I'm giving enter, so it's shown etc password and etc shadow here. Okay, next we are going to see about make directory, how to create a directory, how to delete a directory. Okay, so in Windows you know very well. Here you see I want to create one document or folder or directory we can say. Like I can right click on this place and create folder, training folder. Like that I can create. I want to create one more directory inside training. I can create new folder. In that again linux zone, linux underscore zone is the directory I have created. Inside linux zone I want to create one more file. Here notepad or text document we can create. Second day session. Okay, like this we can create here in Windows, whereas in Linux this is not the way. We can't create directories or files in GUI. We have to create in command line, and for that I am telling you mkdir, make dir space linux underscore zone. Okay, so we are in pwd command is used for checking the present working directory. So list, we want to list the directories inside this slash root. So I'm giving ls, it's showing here linux zone. I want to list it ls-l, here linux zone. I want to short it with time, short it in the first created file in first and last created file in the last. So I'm giving ls-l t r. Here you see this is the file which we have created today. These files created on 27th and 26th created file is here, and 29th created file is here. It came in order. So again I want to see it in ls with human readable format. So ls-ltrh, here you see 1.5k it's showing. Here it's showing in bytes, it's showing in kilobytes. 1.5k. Okay, so this is what the way to create files. mkdir space directory name linux underscore zone. So like this you have to create a directory. So now I want to remove this directory. rm dir space linux underscore zone is the command to create. Okay, before that I want to show you one more thing. Linux zone is the directory, right? So I want to see what are there in the linux zone. So for that cd change directory is the command. Linux tab, when you are pressing it takes that linux zone. Okay, so linux zone I'm changing directory to linux zone. Now present working directory I'm giving inside slash root, I am in linux zone directory. Okay, so now I want to see what are there inside linux zone. Nothing is there. So I'm coming back. For coming back the command is cd space dot dot. It brings you back one directory back. That's you. Here you see previously you were in root linux zone. Now after giving cd space dot dot, this one step you will go backward. Now when you give pwd you will be in slash root. Okay, so now in slash root I am giving ls-ltr to list the contents. The linux zone is created under slash root, right? Earlier I told you we have created this linux underscore zone inside of slash root. So now I want to remove this directory. What I have to do is, in windows you simply go to this location training and you simply right click and then give delete. You give delete, it will delete. Here you see it won't ask for any one file is there inside. You want to remove it. Inside training I kept linux underscore zone, and inside that linux underscore zone I created one file as second day. It won't ask, simply it deletes that directory. Even though it's having data or not, it won't think about all those things. It simply removes that directory. When we give delete, it simply deletes the directory. Here in linux you see here in linux I'm showing now inside of ls-l linux zone. Here you see total 0. I'm listing linux underscore zones here. By staying in slash root itself I'm listing linux underscore zone and finding what are all the directories inside linux underscore zone. You see its directory, it's empty, nothing is there inside linux zone. Okay, so now I'm giving rmdir space linux zone. It's now removed ls-ltr. You see here now file 1 2 3 5 3 2 5 8 7 6 and then linux zone. Now it's not showing here. I simply removed it. Okay, now I'm creating one more directory, linux training. Linux training I'm creating, and inside linux training now we need to, now we are in slash root now. Okay, I'm changing directory to linux training now. Linux training now, cd is the command to change directory, that's going to that particular directory. Okay, so now I'm into linux underscore training now. So before that we will see whether in now I'm in slash root, just I gave cd space dot dot. What it will do, it brings back one directory to the previous state, one directory before the current directory. Okay, so currently you are in Linux training, cd space Linux training, and again you are coming back to slash root. Here in slash root you see ls-ltr Linux training which we have created, it's available here. Now I'm moving to Linux training. This is in Linux, you understand one thing here, it's case sensitive. Linux L, you see here, this is a small letter. When I'm giving, no, it won't show any directory, so I'm giving Linux underscore training. You see no such file or directory. So what you have to do is you have to give the upper or lower case, it has to come correctly. Okay, so in Linux training, you see after changing the case lower uppercase to lower case, now it's moving to this. So currently we are in which directory? We have created one directory named Linux underscore training, and we change directory to that directory. So we are in slash root slash Linux training in that directory. Okay, now I'm creating one file inside this directory. What's the command to create a file? Empty file, touch command, right? Touch space test1. Now ls-ltr you give, test1 is there. Now we are in root Linux training. In that now we are in the directory root slash Linux underscore training. Okay, inside that one more file is there. That file name is test1 ls-ltr. So this is a test1 is a file, it's there inside this directory. Okay, now I want to remove this directory Linux underscore training. Earlier we have created Linux underscore zone and we have removed that directory. Correct? How I have removed? First we need to move back to one directory. Okay, currently we are in root Linux training, and when we are inside this directory we can't remove this directory, so we need to go one by one directory back. For that cd space dot dot is the command. Okay, now you see here present working directory, that is slash root. Now we are in slash root. Okay, now what are all the directories which are there inside? Linux underscore training is here. So earlier what I did, rm space dar and then Linux underscore zone, like that I have removed. Here you see what is the message we are getting? rmdir failed to remove the directory Linux underscore training because of directory is not empty. When the directory is empty, it removes it. It removes and it won't ask for any query. When there is some files or directories, some data is there inside this directory, then it won't allow you to remove this directory. Got it? Earlier Linux underscore zone I have created and I have removed it with this command rmdir itself. I have removed it, but now Linux underscore training, inside that I have created one file named as test1. So how we can see ls-l Linux training? So test1 is here. Earlier it was not the case, no data was there inside Linux underscore zone. Now inside Linux underscore training one more file is here. Because of that it's not allowing us to remove that directory, that means delete the directory. Whereas in Windows this is not the case. Even though some data is there inside the directory or files are there inside the directory, it will delete it, but here in Linux this is not the case. Okay, so here then how can we remove this directory? So two options are there. One option is going to this directory Linux underscore training and then remove this file test1, and then you can remove and then come back and remove, so that this directory will become empty, right? No data will be there inside Linux underscore training. So you can remove like rmdir and then Linux underscore training. The other option is, if there is one file then it's fine. In production what will happen? You will have hundreds of thousands of files inside the directory, and lot of subdirectories will be there, and inside that subdirectories lot of files will be there. So it's not possible for you to remove one by one file in a tree structure and giving the rmdir command. So that case what we can use is we have to use rm-rf space linux underscore training. So now you are giving enter. So now ls-ltr giving present working directory inside root your earlier linux underscore training was one directory is here. After file 6 here you see after file 6 linux underscore training on file one directory was there. We have given rm-rf linux underscore training. After that that directory is gone, the directory is deleted. So this is the way we can remove the directories with files or subdirectories. So for removing the for deleting the empty directory you have to use rmdir space directory name, and for removing the directories with files or data it's rm-rf and then that directory name. Also here I want to highlight one thing. This rm-rf is a dangerous command. So now present working directory. So now I'm giving rm-rf then star. If I give like this then it won't ask for your confirmation, it won't ask for your um, permission. Simply delete all the files inside it. When whereas in windows when you are going to c drive and you are trying to delete some files you can't delete it. Okay, this it will show as you can't delete those files. Okay, so when you are trying to delete these files it won't allow you to delete the files, whereas in linux that is not the case. Even though you are in now you are in slash root, right? So now I'm again going back to one directory back. So present working directory, now you are here and all the directories subdirectories are with this only. So you are giving rm-rf and star, it wipe out all the things in the server and you need to rebuild the server or reclone the server from the backup image. This is a dangerous command, we can say. So you should be very much careful while you are running rm-rf commands in your production environment. Not only that, all rm commands like rmdir rm command for removing the files. So all are critical commands. In particular, please keep in mind this rm-rf star. This is a very much dangerous command and it swipe out the entire production system and creates P1 or P2 incidents, priority 1 and priority 2 incidents, and you will be held up with lot many issues. So before you are using this rm-rf star, very much careful. Okay, so now how to remove a directory, how to remove a directory with contents, both we have seen. Now here you see cd space root I'm going. So in this so many files are here, I want to remove one file. I want to remove this file 6. Okay, for removing the directory we have used a different commands, two commands I have told you. Now for removing the file rm space file 6, here you see you have to give yes or no, you need to give. When you are giving a y, this file will be removed. Here you see ls-ltr to list the files. Earlier after file 7 file 6 was there. Okay, after removing this file 6, now this file it's not visible here, the file 6 is removed. Here you have to think understand one more thing. Here there is no trash or recycle bin to bring back your files to the previous state. In windows you have recycle bin option. Here there is no option like recycle bin. Simply once you delete, that file will be gone. You need to restore it from backup. That's the only option. Then now here you see when you are removing the file it asks for the option rm space file 6. Now I want to remove rm space file 7 I want to remove it, but I don't want this type of confirmations. So what I have to do, simply it has to delete it, that's it. So I am giving rm-f forcefully file 7, I'm giving enter, that's it. It won't ask for any confirmation or anything else. Simply it removes that file. I am giving ls-ltr now. You see here, after file 8, file 7 was there. After we run this command rm-f space file name, that file 7 is deleted. Got it right? So this is the way. Now I want to remove multiple files in this directory. So present working directory slash root, I want to remove multiple directories. rm-rf file 1 to 7 I want to remove file 1 and the extension of file, all the new numbers, these files I want to remove it. These files 1 2 3 4 5 6 files I want to remove it. What I have to do, rm-rf file 1, file 4, file 3, file 2, file 5, file 8. I can give like this and give enter. That's the one option. So you see here, now no file is here. All the files have removed, that means deleted. Present working directory slash root. Okay, now I'm having touch space file 1 to 5. I'm creating here. You see, I have created with the help of touch command, I have created file 1 to 5, 1 2 3 4 5. I have created these 5 files and I want to remove the 5 files. One option is, earlier I have shown you by giving individual file name like this, file 1, file 2, file 3, like that. The other option is we can give rm-f file star. Before you are giving this command, you can list what are all the files it's showing for you with the help of file command, ls-ltr command, ls-ltr file star. When you are giving this file 1 2 3 4 5 and the file command file this file will also be deleted. So sometimes this type of some unknown things will happen and some unknown mistakes will happen. To avoid this, it's better to use ls-ltr command and list what are all the files it will delete before giving rm-f command. Okay, so now I'm giving rm-f and then this file star. Now you see ls-ltr. So what happened, that file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5, all these files have deleted. So this is the way to remove a file, to remove an empty directory, and to remove a directory with contents. Okay, so and few commands we'll see today and then we'll close our session. Then, like earlier itself I have shown you uptime. Uptime is the command to see the server is up for how many hours. This is the current date and time, and the server is up and running for 8 hours 32 minutes and 4 users have logged into that server. So what are all the users logged into this server? 4 users were logged in. Okay, so these are all the users from root, 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 root. So these many users, 4 users have logged in. As root user, 4 times we have logged in. So that's what the message. Okay, then this is the load average. Load average for 5, 10, 15 minutes and it's 0, 0, 0. So we are good here. Then uname -a. I have already, we have discussed. This is kernel version and this is the x86 or x86 and 64 bit version, and this is the host name, localhost.local domain. That's the host name, like that. uname-r. This will gives you only the kernel version. Okay, so in Windows how it is, like C drive, D drive, in it's showing here C drive, D drive. In the same way, what are all the file systems which are here, we need to find means df-h is the command. Here you see slash one file system that's with 7 GB of space, and where it's with 2 GB of space, boot is with 1 GB of space. Like that, it's divided into multiple file systems. I want to know df-ht. Here you see this will gives you the file system as well. Type of file system in Windows, it's a NTFS file system, and now currently we are using NTFS. So in the same way, here you are using XFS file system. The default file system is XFS file system. FAT32 in Windows, Windows I'm saying, in MS DOS, FAT16 and FAT32, the Windows XP and all in FAT32. Now we are using NTFS file system. In the same way, in Linux we are using ext2, ext3, ext4 and XFS file systems. XFS file systems. XFS is the default file system in Red Hat 8. So then we'll see free-h top. Free command is free-h. This will show you the total memory in the server, and this is the swap. Swap is like this. It's physical memory. This is virtual memory. In Windows, what we call it as a virtual memory. Here, it's swap is similar like virtual memory. We can give it in free-g or free-m. We can give to see. This will show in human readable format. This will show in gigabytes. This will show in megabytes, MBs. Okay. So, and then top and IO state command. Now you have checked about the memory. This is the way to check the file systems, and fdisk command is to check the hard disk size, how much hard disk is there, and what are all the how it is partitioned. All those informations we can find it from fdisk-l command. And then you want to find the processor speed or CPU usage and other stuffs, you can use top command. Here you see CPUs, how many CPUs are here. This is a one CPU here, and this is the percentage it's idle, system it's utilizing this much. Like this we can find out the information. Here this I will explain you in detail. This is a big topic, and you will get lot many interview questions here in this topic, so I will get you each and everything. Here you see simply I'm telling you about some basic things. The top is the command, it utilizing 0.3% of the CPU. Now you see I'm giving Q. When you press Q, it will come out of that top command. So here you see VM tools D is the process consuming 0.3% of the total CPU, and root user is the user which triggered that process, and this is the PID, process ID. Okay. And next we are going to IO stat command. Okay, for this some packages needs to be installed, that I'll show you in the next class. So for now, these many things we have seen, and in our next session we'll see on further commands and further sessions. In your comments, in the comments box, you can provide your feedbacks, and in the same way you can subscribe the channel for this type of more videos. I will provide you the entire series of video RHEL-8 in this, in a video in a part by part I'm planning to provide you. So please subscribe the channel as well. Thank you friends, thanks for watching.